Good evening, ladles and jelly spoons. My name is Bryan Foote. I'm a professional trumpet player based out of St. Louis, Missouri. And tonight I'm going to be doing a brief mute show, and the company I'm going to be focusing on is Shastock. Now, Shastock was a famous maker of vintage mutes. They went out of business sometime in the 60s or 70s, I'm not quite sure, but from the 20s through the 50s, they were pretty much the gold standard. The first mute I'm going to be showing you was gifted to me by a great friend and great classical guitar player named Carol Eder. This is her grandfather's LWS Shastock trumpet mute. It's the number 76 model is what they called it. This is before they even called them straight mutes. This was just considered a trumpet mute. It has a maple resonator, and the sides are made of shellac, and it just has a seam. There's no rivets or anything like the Humes&Berg. This one has very, very short, very worn corks. Has a very buzzy sound, very closed up sound. So this one, very, very old, probably from the teens or very early 20s. The next Shastock mute I have is what they just called their straight mute. This one has the classic Shastock offset corks. Again, it has a brass resonator, just like the first one did. Brass resonator by the opening, and a maple resonator. This one is extremely resonant. You can really hear that hollow, almost like a bottle. I've been told that Louis Armstrong really liked this model of Shastock straight. He probably used it in the late 20s through the 30s. Just like the first one, it has just a simple seam. Doesn't have rivets. This one, compared to the first one, I like to think it's brighter and a little more centered. So it's got a really, really nice sound. Next is the authentic Shastock Solotone. This one's been slightly customized by someone in the past. They added this nice kind of a reddish brushed paint to the secondary cup. I had the cork replaced with a neoprene strip, and again it has brass accoutrement over the resonant chamber and over the secondary bell. This is the best sounding Shastock Solotone I've ever heard or had. I've had a couple. This one has the magic sound to it. I tried an emo Solotone once. Was not impressed. It didn't have the brass around the resonant chamber or the bell. This is the real deal. So that's the real, authentic Shastock Solotone sound, except no substitutes. If you want the Solotone, it has to be a Shastock Solotone. No other mute comes close to that sound. All right, a variation on the Solotone sound is this Shastock Mellow Wah. These are exceedingly rare, and you'll have to pay a pretty penny for them. I certainly paid a pretty penny for this one. Pretty penny for this piece of plumbing. So it's similar in sound to the Solotone, but a little bit warmer and a little more expressive, a little less centered and focused. So this one's really, really tight blowing, but it's got a great sound. This one's a little bit harder for me to wah-wah because the cup is over 4 inches. It's big. It's hard for me to get all my fingers over it. So those are my Shastock mutes. Thanks for watching.